Hi Libra, welcome to my channel. Jupiter will go retrograde on 20th of June. It rules our social expansion, and retrograde periods, which happen every 13 months for 4 months, are the times when our collective growth seems to slow down as we have to process where we are going. This is a natural part of the cycle. Jupiter visits a part of our chart every approximately 12 years. So during these next 4 months, it would rework the opportunities in that area of our life, detoxing it of the social influences and excesses to make sure that's the direction we want to go, and in that form. If we have hit a wall or not able to make progress any further during the retrograde period, we would try through our own efforts to find alternative ways to move forward. The excesses are paired, the gaps are filled, and the intentions are clear. So we are sure of the direction of growth we are taking based on our own happiness and sense of fulfillment versus social pressures. Because the transit is spread across 2 zodiac signs this year, we would review 2 areas of your life where we would revisit the topic of growth. One is meant to help us in 2021 and the other in 2022. They together define your growth patterns of 2021 and 2022. Libra Jupiter would be going back over the subject of growth and fulfillment from work, duties, work environment, health habits, day-to-day routines, and the present moment till 28th of July. That will be the focus. Work will be the focus of this review till 28th of July. Then after 28th of July, the second part of your life which will come in focus till 18th of October would be the review of growth from your creative pursuits, from love, from children, from hobbies, from speculative gains in the market, from risk-taking, and from self-expression. All the matters of heart will undergo a review process. We will go deeper into this today. This is part 2 of the video, which is sign specific. I have covered the collective impact in part 1. Do go through the part 1 before going through your sign specific video, as it's a social planet. Understanding the key dates and impact on the collective is important to figure out before we go to our personal impact. My name is Charu and I'm your host on this journey. So let's begin. Libra Jupiter would be going back, as I mentioned, over the subject of growth and fulfillment from work duties, work environment, health habits till 28th of July. And then after 28th of July till 18th of October, we could see a review of the issue of growth and fulfillment from your creative pursuits, from love, from children, from hobbies, and from speculative gains or any kind of risk-taking and self-expression. All the matters of the heart will come into focus. Libra, in 2021, Jupiter is making a positive aspect with you, which is great, which is very supportive for your expansion and for increasing your risk appetite in life. So you can take more risks in your life. This adds confidence and zest to recreate ourselves in joyful ways. We develop more self-love, want to put our name confidently on things we create. We want to be in the forefront in terms of our self-expression. We want to play, live, love, create, have some fun, and open our heart for more. This amps up creativity or opportunities to work in creative groups. Love life also expands, though it can be confusing. Social relationships and friendships expand in fun. Our joy from children, love, passions, creativity is meant to be given a once in 12-year expansion with this lovely transit, which you last saw in 2009. We take risks we have never taken before and share our ideas, our self-expression, share our gifts, and love more. This is the time when our individual identity is given a boost and we get more faith in who we are as an individual. What's special or unique about us is amped up. This is the year to give birth to what's unique about you and an extension of your self-love. But during the forward movement of Jupiter, we can go overboard in all of these areas. Too many creative ventures, too much good living or parties or hobbies, which exhaust both your money and your time. Giving in too much in love, having too many lovers, or getting lost in the problems of our children. Creativity starts feeling like a chore due to too much giving. Too much investment risk is taken. Now, in the period of Jupiter retrograde, especially after 28th of July, you would get an additional dose of positivity of Jupiter, which is great, but in this positivity is about bringing things into order. You would look to review back the avenues of growth you have opened so far, driven by the heart, which stop being about the heart and become more about the others. Sometimes we start a creative pursuit because we love something so much, but it becomes like a chore if we have to do it at the call and beck and call of the others. So you'll have to review what kind of creative pursuits and the way you're going about. Is that truly how you want things to pan out? And if the growth in creative pursuits have been blocked, you look at why that's happening and look at an alternative approach. Similarly, if the things have not moved on the investment front, you have taken certain calculated risk in investment, or maybe not so well calculated risk in investments, and they have not yielded results, where we have taken risk but the returns are not corroborative. Both in our personal and our professional life, you'll review them. The investment speculative gains would be a topic of review. Giving birth to children, if that is a topic, that's a kind of risk which we take on in our personal life. Loving somebody, creating a person, or giving birth to a person, not creating a person. That is where sometimes there is hesitation in going forward. The topic of whether to go ahead or not go ahead in matters related to heart, or the matters related to heart may not be moving. Unfortunately, there's a lot of intention to go forward, giving birth to something, but it could be a business or just parenthood. Maybe the experience is having the kind of block you did not expect before. And that's when we think about why this is happening, why the kind of growth I expected in love, in children, in our creative pursuits, in risk taking, both in personal and professional life, is not giving me the kind of rewards I expected. Or if things have gone overboard, we have gone into excess towards that, you'll try to think, what are the things that truly matter to me? Which is the creative pursuit? What kind of investments I truly think will fulfill me? What are the aspects of me being with my children that fulfill me? Parenthood style, as well as how to be with the people and the things that you love to do. You would look for those answers during the course of this period, devoid of other people's opinion and influence. It's about fulfilling you. This is a push and play and pull at play between you giving yourself your positive energy to what you wish to create, you fulfilling your heart and happiness, and when doing that, if it's draining you, you have to know that something has to change. This is the push and the pull between you giving yourself too much to what you love. If you've been too conservative sometimes, which is very rarely the case when Jupiter is here, but say you have been too conservative, and not even conservative, just hesitant in taking chances on your ability, or in love, or in passions, or in creative pursuits, or in business investment. You would review your risk appetite. You will see if your risk appetite is still driven by a value system and moral code which is outdated. The imbalance in risk taking, either taking too much risk on what's superficial and not taking enough risk in what's truly fulfilling to you, would be a key question. Jupiter's aim here is to expand your joy once in 12 years of expansion of your hobbies, of love, of passions, of things that you truly want to do. What's pleasure to you? What brings you joy? What is the idea of love and desire for you? How to deal with children that brings pleasure to both you and children. And there might be a big growth or a big change in the life of your children, and that might require reconsideration. There might be matters in the life of your children which you expected to grow and move forward, and they were not moving forward. Now you would evaluate if there's an alternative way we need to go about it. What brings you joy, and have you left the reins of your own happiness in someone else's hands? Do we hold ourselves back by not putting ourselves out there and our unique talents out there? Are we trying to do what we love, or are we just trying to get through it? Do we seek more of a friend or a social relationship versus a lover? Because love can mean different things to different people. And love that you might be seeking might be a different one as compared to what you're getting. So you would evaluate if it's love you're seeking, or is it a friendship and a social relationship that you're seeking. And each person has their own way of seeking love. We don't have to stick to a traditional name for our passions. Everybody doesn't have to have traditional hobbies, traditional love interests, traditional pursuits of the heart. Maybe the love you seek is more fun, more impersonal, more independent, and less hot and heavy. Your love interest would always be unique, and the way you love and your love expression and your creative expressions will always be unique. You have Aquarius, the sign of unique, in your house of passions. Your passions are not going to fit a social structure. You cannot fit your square pegs in everybody's round hole, so as to speak. How to move forward is on you, and you would have to find your own path here. But if something is not working, it's best to try a different approach. Something is not working, you've taken a chance, you've taken a bet, you've taken a risk, but returns are not corroborated in your love life, in your professional life, in your business life, in artistic capabilities. Seek the question of what do you truly want? What do you truly desire in this period? And the mid of the cycle, around 19th of August, after you experience, in my view, a period of stagnancy here, you will find that around 19th of August, through some push and pull, you will find more clarity on this subject going forward. You could look back to 2009, especially second half of 2009. Maybe you were seeking what you truly want to do, or your passion at that time as well. You want to maybe bring forward some of the growth lessons from 2009. Third decan Libra, so 20 to 30 degree of Libra, Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moon, or Libra sun born around 15th of October or after. So this is the third decan, the last part of Libra. 20 to 30 degree is where this Jupiter's second and third go is going to happen. So 20 to 30 degree of Libra rising, sun or moon, or Libra sun born around 15th of October or after will feel this triple dose of love from Jupiter, getting an extra dose of expansion through physical changes, though this review is felt by the entire sign. Before 28th of July though, Jupiter would also be touching on another topic which is more relevant for 2022, but we are getting a preview of that growth this year, which is the topic of health and work environment, expansion and change in your work and health, which is more a topic of 2022, but you're getting a preview of what's possible for you in terms of growth in that area of your life. You'll see a little bit of hope there. You'll see an ideal. Jupiter here aims to expand your work opportunities, create a more peaceful work environment or a more fulfilling work, as well as help you create enthusiasm for health pursuits, bring a little bit of order to life. And in 2022, that will be the focus. But since mid of May, you might have seen opportunities, or at least the enthusiasm to go after a different kind of work or a different health routine. and you would possibly be looking for a shift or a more expansive work. Now, this kind of expansion in your work and health was last experienced in 2010. So you could look back to changes back in December of 2019 and January 2010. What was the kind of transition that happened from trying to look for something and finding it? So you would look to bring similar changes by trying a different tact over July to get a similar shift. But it will not be till 2022 that we would see the results. This expansion in your work environment, and in your health is more a topic of 2022. More importantly, even before that, some positive reinforcement in that direction could approach around 20th of June, when a grand water trine is formed in our houses of substances, creating a flow between your practical work and money houses. So a grand trine between 20th to 23rd of June can show you what's possible for you in terms of growth in money and work. It helps you, at the very least, have a great experience at work. And some reward might come through some sort of appreciation, which also helps your well-being. But with that, you would see the idea. It's like when we see that we can be more, we don't want to go back. So it will become evident that more work is needed. Either more work is needed in that project, or more work is needed for you to find the right kind of work opportunity to feel that kind of fulfillment. The full information might come around 12th of July. And we would see that what we want to change in work direction, what is the ideal that we so desire. Sometimes even the dream, the intention to reach out is not there till we see something. So you would want possibly more creativity in your work, environment. You will seek a more pleasant work environment, more camaraderie at work, no power struggles, more pleasant environment that promotes ease, creative thought process, inspirational place of working. But you would also have some blind spots, and you have had them in the past, which will come to surface in the early part of July. This could be lack of boundaries with co-workers, with bosses, where people are encroaching upon your boundaries and taking advantage of you being permissive to some extent in terms of what is their work, what is yours. Or we might be essentially too much absorbing negativity sometimes with our surroundings, and we recognize these blind spots, and there might be some information regarding work and work environment that is revealed to us, and that will help us. It can become the impetus for us to seek a different direction. It will become the impetus to seek the kind of growth that we truly want and the environment we truly want to thrive in. Even though some of this you started feeling since mid of May, this period of end June and July would give you the impetus to try a different tact and look for a different job, or look for a different contact, look for a place of work change, or change in work environment, or change the equation you have with your co-workers, or change the projects as the current track is not fulfilling to you. A positive event or recognition could be an impetus for that through a 20 to 23rd of June event, which would fully come to light through a messaging around 12th of July, especially for early degree Libra, which is around 2 degree of Libra rising, sun or moon, or around 24th of September born. Success in this is more of a theme of 2022, but we would lay down some foundations in July to see the kind of changes you possibly made in January of 2010. Sometimes before we can choose what we want to do on a daily basis, we need to first find what we are passionate about. And 2021 is more about discovering what we are passionate about. And 2021 is about improving our ability to take the right kind of risk. And that is the right sequence of growth. Bringing order before we even know, bringing something like you can't really build a day-to-day practice of something that you don't love. So you essentially have to focus on 2021 on the first topic, which is expansion of your confidence, your faith in your abilities, and building up what truly do you desire and working towards that and bringing order to it, it becoming a day-to-day practice, bringing more harmony on a day-to-day basis would come through in 2022. But you would see yourself looking at what's the idealized strive for towards end of June, around 20th to 23rd of June, and then again around 12th of July. These are critical dates for you. So good luck for that, Libra. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video now. Thank you.